guys, Dolly here. Welcome back to Gypsy Rose Papery. Today I am doing a flip through of my second Alice journal, and this one, like I had said in the first Alice journal, it's a little bit darker. I'm naming this one Through the Rabbit Hole because it's kind of themed after, you know, she falls through the rabbit hole, ends up in Wonderland, and things are a little bit off kilter and a little strange. And so I distressed all around, and the previous fabric was a light blue and this one is a navy blue. It still has the watch face. I just distressed it with some black paint so that it's a little bit grungier. And in this one I also distressed the little key, the key plate and the knob with some black paint. And then this key is meant to be bigger because it's supposed to be sort of not matching with that keyhole, so it's not supposed to fit, so to speak. And it's got a hand-dyed seam binding closure. It's got the same amount of pages, I think it's 180. And we've got a few charms. We've got a little heart, a rabbit, a little charm that says off with their heads, a little hat that says we are all mad here. This is a little drink me bottle. So in here I used the Graphic 45 Halloween in Wonderland paper, and I used every little bit that I could. I did not waste a scrap, and you'll see that in here. I have been hoarding this paper now, I want to say, for almost 2 years. And so because it's very textury and all that, I put in a little book board, kind of like a writing board, so she can put it in between pages and write. And what I did was I took the cover from one of the golden books, and that's the book board, and it's stuck on here with magnets that she can remove in case she wanted to use this for something else, but it just kind of just magnets on there. And this is just a little journaling card. I did some tabs as well. We have a little journaling card, and then you're gonna see these cards in here, and it starts off with this one. And so what I've done is in each card I've written a verse of the Jabberwock, or the Jabberwocky. I'm forgetting the full title now, but it is the poem in the book. Each one of these cards you're gonna see as we go through kind of progresses the poem along. So it's just a tuck spot. It's a little teapot punch out. Here we have a little ruler, and in the back there's a quote. And this is another journaling card. And so this paper is so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. I did use Digis in here like this one. I just can't quite remember right now who they're from. I know I used quite a few different digital artists, so I will link those down below for everybody. I used some washi. Here is the middle of the first signature, and it is sort of like a little montage with their tuck spots. So this is part 2, or verse 2 of the poem, and verse 3. And I tried to match the quote with the picture. Some textile, and here it has a little pin that says trinkets. And I hand wrote Twinkle Twinkle Little Bat because in the books there are like nursery rhymes that have been changed around, and so instead of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star they have a Twinkle Twinkle Little Bat. And this is embossed with some bats. And in here there's just a little tag and a little journaling card. So flip. I'm trying to stay in frame here. And in the pages, to make it look just grungier, I distressed a lot of the pages that were really bright to kind of just seem like, you know, it got dirty as it tumbled down the rabbit hole. But this is a 7 Gypsies Architectures, which is repositionable, and I use it as a tuck spot for this. And here it talks about the Juju bird, and she's holding the flamingo. And this is just a little Graphic 45 tag, and I wrote "Drink Me" on the back. Another tag. Here we have a little tag. Focus. A little tag with Alice by the tree reading a book, and then just a little tag that I made with some scrap paper. I put full-size book pictures in here, and in a lot of the flips, like this one, I made tuck spots. And so this one has a little Alice with a little tab, and this one has a little envelope, and it's got all kinds of little extra tabs and little sayings and whatnot. This is the middle of, I think, the second, and it's the same, the full page pictures that I've made into double flip out, and I just distressed the paper. This is another card, and it talks about the Tum Tum tree, and I have Alice kind of looking up at the Cheshire Cat. And back here is a tuck spot, and I put a vintage seam binding wrapper. And in here we have a little set of tags, a heart and a door, and then we have a little Imagine pin. And I will close that later. The stamp. Here I did the Tower of Cards a little bit different. I stuck them together with brads, and you can kind of reposition them however you'd like. That brad is really cute. It's a little key slot, and that was given to me by Priscilla. So thank you, Priscilla. And of course I have other friends who have given me things for this book, and I will link them all down in the description box as well. And I meant to say this in the previous book, but these pages with the black and white flowers are meant to be colored, so it's like a coloring, like an activity page for you if you wanted to color it in. I think it would look really nice with some watercolor, and the paper is nice and thick, so it could definitely withhold that. So this is the Jabberwock, and this is just a heart. Here we have another journaling card and Alice. I left a lot of writing space because I know the person who purchased this, they really are a journaler. So here I had extra little snippets from the story from the Golden Book, and I didn't want to waste them, so I just kind of stapled them there, and I've seen April from PinkOddBird do that. This is the middle of the third signature, I believe, and it's a little pop-up tuck spot. So it's 2 layers of hearts, and behind each layer you can tuck some ephemera. And in here we have a little Witch Alice and a little Devil Red Queen. Another card, and then some sayings. A beautiful rose ribbon. Little belly band with some rose, and this reminded me of painting the roses red because there's white and then there's pink and then there's the actual red rose. And this is I'm just holding it together with the paper clip so it doesn't kind of pop out, but it's a little pop out. And basically I didn't want to cut this paper, is so pretty, and I wanted to keep the little Witch Alice intact, but in the back they are tuck spots, and I just put little tags in each one, but then you could put pictures on here if you wanted, or washi in some paper to write over it, whatever your heart desires. So that's just a little accordion pop out, little tag, another tag, and this is a belly band, and we have some cards and another rose tag. And this is the middle of the signature. I think we're on our 5th. Another, I don't even know what to call this. I'm just gonna call it a card accordion. I don't know. And this was gonna be a pocket, kind of like that. And I saw this from Reem at the Paper Pixie, and I'll link it, but she has a tutorial on this, but basically it's a pop out tuck spot. So if I were to put this here, you could pop it out, but I figured that she could probably just use this however she felt fit. But it's really pretty pictures. It's Alice running in the flower garden, and then it's her at the tree, and her when she's super grown and knocks out the nest from the tree, and the bird calls her a serpent, and then when she meets the caterpillar. So yeah, these are kind of like for her to do whatever she wants with it. And this is just a little tag. I have a curtain, fabric curtain there. This whole page is a tuck, and it's got another tag, and this one has little rabbit punch outs. And here I just used one of my paper roses, and I put it on a little clip, and these clips were given to me by Miss Priscilla at ReleasetheCraftin. And another full-size picture of her fighting the Jabberwock with the wood sword. This is a little tuck spot, and it's got a little chipboard piece with a little witch Alice. And this is her Melinda tag that opens up this way. And then here we have another card. I think this is the final in the poem. And another book page where Alice meets the Cheshire Cat, and a tea party. And this is from Arty Maze. It's from her Alice in Wonderland kit. This is a belly band. And again, this one has a little teapot and teacup punched out. This is the Queen with her little tiny king. I don't know if you remember in the Disney movie, the king is like teeny tiny and his voice is like super squeaky. Here we have another tower of cards, and in this one I included a book page of when she gets super big in Rabbit's house and destroys it, and then the dodo bird tries to smoke her out. And then this one is her in the house where she's about to eat that cookie. And here we have a little tiny Alice tag and some embroidery detail. Little heart tag. This is another flip out, and we have a little piece of cardstock and that beautiful sort of Alice, witchy Alice advertisement. This is a huge Melinda tag, super wide. Right on the inside. Here we have a little Alice kind of peeking out of the tuck spot, and then it flips out. Another tag. And this is the final card in the Jabberwocky poem. And here we have another book page where they're playing croquet, and the other side of the tea party. So if you take that other tea party and kind of put these together, you'll have the full scene. And then here's just a little rabbit punch outs, and that is the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this flip through. I really love the way this journal came out. I think it's like probably my favorite journal ever. I hope the person who gets this enjoys it and loves it as much as I do. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.